I think it's 17 years of your entrepreneurial journey now.
Yes.
So what is the differentiation that you have made in the industry, especially in telecom sector?
I had worked with great leaders like Sunil Mittalji, Sanjay Kapoor, Manoj Kohli. I had a good exposure and experience gained from them.
We talk on a normal airtime, the phone when you use, and we use the WhatsApp call. The clarity is more in WhatsApp call. Is it affecting the any supply chain or value chain of the airtime service provider companies?
This is certainly impacting their revenue.
Because there they don't pay any license fee.
Yeah.
Whereas the operators,
The new tools like AI, ChatGPT, they seems to be progressing so fast. Do you think this will have an impact on the employment of people?
Not in the immediate future.
We are underrating AI. They are going to be major disruptor.
You will not expect a robot.
Airtel Bharti in India, and one of the enterprise who has initiated and perfected outsourcing, large enterprise outsourcing.
When I joined, it was 15 crores company. But when I was leaving in 2007, it was more than 50,000 crore company.
Boy. I understand that you have a great association with one of the superstar of South, the superstar of South.
Manasiga Guru, I mean, the person you feel, from your heart. He is really a blessed man. He is very, very humble person. You're very sweet person.
So after 17 years of an entrepreneur's journey, how do you feel?
One major satisfaction is today, we give employment to more than 2,000 people across.
Oh, very
Beautiful.
Very nice.
So,
नमस्कार दोस्तों, लॉजिस्टिक्स शक्ति के 4th पॉडकास्ट एपिसोड में आप लोग का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आज हम फिर एक एक्साइटिंग कन्वर्सेशन आप लोग के बीच में लेके आ रहे हैं। आप जानते होंगे कि जो आप मोबाइल फ़ोन पे बात करते हो वो आज का हमारी ज़िंदगी का एक बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट बन चुका है। इसके पीछे कितना कॉम्प्लेक्स लॉजिस्टिक्स है। जैसे हमारी ज़िंदगी में हवा और पानी का रोल है, वैसे ही हमारी ज़िंदगी में लॉजिस्टिक्स का रोल है। और आज का कन्वर्सेशन इतना एक्साइटिंग और इतना नॉलेजेबल है कि मेरे को भी एक साथ में एक को होस्ट की ज़रूरत पड़ रही है। तो उससे पहले मैं गेस्ट से मिलवाऊं, आपको मैं इंट्रोड्यूस कराना चाहता हूं आज के हमारे को होस्ट। और हमारे को होस्ट हैं जिनका 40 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है लॉजिस्टिक्स के सारे फंक्शन का। सारे फंक्शन मीन्स स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम कुरियर, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम अ लास्ट माइल, एक्सप्रेस, PTL, FTL, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, वेयरहाउसिंग। नॉट ओनली लॉजिस्टिक्स की सर्विस प्रोवाइडर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से उनका एक्सपीरियंस है, सर्विस सीकर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। एज ए कस्टमर FMCG ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में उन्होंने बहुत सारे सप्लाई चेन के प्रोसेस को बिल्ड किया है और डिलीवर किया है। तो वो हमें हेल्प कर रहे हैं और आपको एक ज़रूर जानना चाहिए कि वो एक नई चीज़ और जो लेके आ रहे हैं। हमारे जो गेस्ट हैं उनके बारे में जो हम डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं, और रमेश सर जो उसके लिए हमें हेल्प करेंगे या डिस्कशन को लीड करेंगे, वो और एक बहुत ही एक्साइटिंग डिस्कशन होने वाला है इंडिया के या ग्लोबल या विश्व के एक बहुत बड़े सुपरस्टार के बारे में, जिनको हिंदुस्तान में भगवान के जैसे माना जाता है। तो लॉजिस्टिक्स की एक पर्सनालिटी जो हमारे बीच में है, वो हिंदुस्तान के एक बहुत बड़े सुपरस्टार के खास दोस्त भी हैं। और चूंकि वो एक डिफरेंट लैंग्वेज से आते हैं, तो इसलिए आज के कन्वर्सेशन के लिए इंग्लिश में भी हम बात करेंगे, हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे और तमिल में भी बात करेंगे। तो मैं फिर से आपको दोहराता हूं हमारे रमेश कृष्णन सर के लिए। तो वेलकम रमेश सर।
हेलो, हाउ
आर यू सर?
आई एम ग्रेट, एब्सोल्युटली।
तो आज हमारे गेस्ट के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएंगे और थोड़ा सा आप कन्वर्सेशन को आगे लीड करते हैं।
ओके, आई विल लाइक टू इंट्रोड्यूस मिस्टर D मूर्ति। हम उनको अपने सर्कल में VDM के नाम से कहते हैं, तो उनको इंट्रोड्यूस करूंगा। ही इज़ आवर फर्स्ट जनरेशन एंटरप्रेन्योर। इनका जो कंपनी है, दे डील इन कंप्लीट सप्लाई चेन ऑफ वेरियस प्रोडक्ट्स एंड वेरियस वर्टिकल्स, बट देयर फोटे हैज़ बीन ऑलवेज टेलीकॉम. In fact, they are a major player in telecom industry and they are a great differentiator. We'll talk in detail when we talk to him. But they have made a huge difference, and probably one of the few player who are end-to-end service provider and supply chain service provider for logistic industry, especially in telecom sector. हम उनसे गुफ्तगू करेंगे डिटेल में, तो क्या हम शुरू करें? मूर्ति जी, क्या हाल है? हाउ आर यू?
Yeah. Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you, Amit ji.
Thank you, sir, for making this time possible to Logistics Shakti.
I am delighted to be part of this Logistics Shakti, and I'm really thankful for this opportunity.
इट्स इंडीड आवर प्लेजर ऑल्सो.
Thank you, sir.
हम शुरू करते हैं. लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ योर जर्नी वेयर यू बिगिन फ्रॉम एन professional into entrepreneurship, and how you especially for you, a person who has been well placed in a good job in Bharti Airtel, and especially for you who is a middle class tambram, where business is not a very issue which is not encouraged very much. How did you get into the business of starting your own venture? Let us hear about it.
Ramesh, let me start from my career growth. After completing my MBA, I landed in Delhi in 1983. I started as a management trainee with Delhi Automobiles.
1983.
Yes. I started as a management trainee in Delhi Automobiles. From there, I moved on to Subros as a salesperson. Then subsequently, my job moved into the supply chain area. From there, my supply chain entry made in 1985 onwards.
Okay.
And I joined Bharti Airtel in 1992. From 92 to 2007, I was at Bharti Airtel. During that tenure, I happened to report to Sunil Mittal ji also, because that's some part of the job I was reporting to him directly.
Okay.
So
And-
what motivated you, sir, all the way shifting from sales to supply chain?
The sales can happen only the products are available to you. The product availability can be made only by the supply chain specialist only. You need their help, you need their support to get the material. Then only your sales can happen.
Right.
There where I thought, this is more important job than the sales.
In fact, that is that period. Now, in fact, during your time, and I also started my career in 1982, and we used to learn about 3 Ps, 5 Ps, and placement used to be the last one. Placement and procurement, probably part of supply chain, which used to come in the end. Nowadays it has become all the more. You were talking about your time, but nowadays it has become all the more important. Nowadays products are homogeneous, so they do not make much difference. Pricing is more or less same.
That's right.
And the differentiator is marketing, which is promotion. Which is a hollow effect. You have to give a lot of gas and try to sell the product, telling lie or telling truth or whatever it is, but you somehow convince the customer. Whereas procurement and placement is transportation and last mile delivery and everything, which has become the integral, most important portion for any differentiator. So during our time, we were, placement transporters were considered as truckwalas. The images of a truckwalas wearing a dhoti kurta or pajama. That was the image that transport, and they were never part of the main management, mainframe. But now it has changed. Nowadays the differentiator has become procurement and placement, and it has become very integral part of the boardroom discussion. So we would like to hear your journey on that. But what was your main inspiration for you to really get into this business, and what was the vision that you had that you wanted to change everything, or what was it exactly?
After a stint of about 15 years in Bharti, where I started as a export-import manager, then moved on into supply chain, full-fledged supply chain management. I felt I can be doing something more challenging, because in fact, my last tenure was on the Sri Lanka launch. After launching Sri Lanka by Airtel,
Okay.
then I said, let me look for some more challenges. And I put in paper in 2007 and started this company, Sigma Supply
But
Chain.
what was in your mind? What you want to really change? Why come into, from such a good job, why get into entrepreneurship?
I wanted more challenges.
vision?
If I can deliver to somebody else, why not do myself and make some more opportunity created for the others also.
Okay.
So Ramesh sir, actually for our logistics professional, it's coming out. If you are looking for a challenging thing, first take the step from sales to supply chain, and more challenging thing than supply chain to entrepreneurship. Isn't it?
I don't know. Your correlation seems to be okay, but that's a fact which has happened to me.
Absolutely.
There is no doubt on that.
So after you, I think it's 17 years of your entrepreneurial journey now.
Yes.
So what is the differentiation that you have made in the industry, especially in telecom sector? Why you came out and came out of the
since
job,
I was associated, my last job was in Telecom, So I thought, let me do something on the telecom industry circle only. In fact, I had worked with the great leaders like Sunil Mittalji, then Sanjay Kapoor, Manoj Kohli, Bhaskar Chakravarti, Ashokan. All these people are stalwarts in the supply chain area. And I had a good exposure and experience gained from them, which had given me that confidence that I can do much better on my own. That's how I started this company. And, the realization during that time is that I always find the logistics fellow, the inventory management fellow is separate, the transporter is different, and the installation company is different.
Got it.
Why can't we bring it together as a combined package to the customer so that they don't need to deal multiple agencies? They can have a single window for the entire thing. That's a vision when I started. But that I could not jump immediately out on that because I need to create my presence felt so that people can believe, yes, these people can deliver. So we started with the logistics initially, then moved on slowly, and after 6 years of only logistics and warehousing, we moved on to the telecom implementation also.
So we can say that you not only provide pure frontline transportation and everything, you provide complete end-to-end
Yes.
Solution for telecom sector, up to installation kind of a
Correct. The recent achievement is we are part of TCS prestigious project on BSNL deployment of 4G. We are also part of that. We are also doing a major part in that.
Okay. So I think nobody better than you can understand that in our logistic industry, people play a very dominant role. What do you think of the role of people, and how do you think?
Nothing can be achieved, sir, without people, without their involvement, without their commitment. You cannot commit to the customers, the availability of the material and the availability of the site. Their involvement, their presence, and their commitments is very, very important.
While one cannot deny the role of a people, it's a very people-centric vertical business, but technology is really playing a great disruptor. What do you think is going to be the impact of technology in the logistic field?
Technology has been there, Ramesh, whether you call it GPS, starting from the GPS, RFIDs, or traffic management, all this have been coming slowly and steadily into the system.
The pace has increased now, but
now the pace is increased. But now people wanted to track each and every movement. Whether the truck is reached there, where is the driver, all this thing. In fact, our commitment is that there is a specific HSW guidelines also. You cannot allow the driver to drive more than 2.5 hours continuously. So you need to give him some rest. Then again, you move on, so that there is no tiredness and there is no fatality on the road. All these things has to be taken care. So that is whatever technology. This is technology combined with the human resources. Then only you can achieve that.
So Ramesh sir, I would like to take your question a little forward from the Airtel Bharti perspective. Airtel Bharti in India, and one of the enterprise who has initiated and perfected outsourcing, and a large enterprise outsourcing. So can you just let us know certain things where Airtel did a lot of big project outsourcing for a supply chain perspective?
In fact, the first achievement was done by Mr. Akhil Gupta when they outsourced we were buying the boxes from the Ericssons and Nokia. That has moved on to the Erlang contract. Like in the power, you calculate the units by meters. That is in the telecom parallel. It is called Erlang.
What is Erlang?
Erlang is the measurement of the subscriber use. It's how much Erlangs
Erlang. Okay.
Erlang. It's frequency or something?
No, it's not a frequency. It is a kind of a unit of measurement for your phone communications.
Okay.
So instead of buying the boxes, they moved on to taking that Erlangs. They said that now you deploy the material. I mean, how much subscriber base is, what are the kind of number of BTS is required, how much microwave is required. All those things has to be their role, and we will pay as per the Erlang. $1 per Erlang was the first thing which was done by Akhil ji. way back in 97, I think, 97, 98. From then, 2001, I think, when the major contracts were given. From there, then they outsourced the IT also. It was also, even the IT was
The whole
also
IT segment function has been outsourced.
outsourced to IBM.
Yeah.
You know, many functions getting outsourced like that. And in a way, you know, the subject matter experts take care of the deliveries.
Got it.
You know, end of the day, you need their help to get the equipment right. Rather than why should we do ourselves when you can have that expert themselves deliver that?
Yeah.
That is the belief system actually has been initiated in India by the Bharti, I must say.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we were talking about technology, the new tools like AI, ChatGPT, BI, they seems to be progressing so fast, and they seems to be absolutely inevitable. Do you think this will have an impact on the employment of people?
Not in the immediate future, Ramesh. I don't think so. Because whatever AI and other things are there, you need human resources, and which is abundantly available in India.
But we are underrating AI. They are going to be major disruptor.
Sir, you will not expect a robot to come and deliver your food and drone to give your material.
It has started already.
No, it has started, but it will not can be the kind of volume and the
They
kind
may
of
not, cater the large segment.
Correct.
It is true that as far as India is concerned, it may see. Normally, we find that Indians are very jugadu oriented, and they are very smart in adapting. So and they are cheap. Availability is very large, so it's cheap. So it may take little more time than probably before it comes to West and other thing. But these are tools which are getting tremendous acceptability, and they have tremendous value proposition. So these are going to be there, and one has to get you. Of course, it's a different thing that the way we are growing, probably we will grow and we will continue to have people, but they will definitely, I feel, displace some manpower resources. What do you think, Amit?
I mean, today we would like to hear from the logistics perspective more or so. Yes, of course, there will be impact in IT segment, I believe so, but logistics is a real. This has to be a physical.
this has to be.
Right. So, in the India is so complex and so versatile. The people requirement and people availability and people skill will always be needed.
Correct.
That is my belief. But of course, the kind of a growth
Some
is
extent
happening.
of technology
that,
is required.
always
You
remain
know,
there.
to measure your performance, measure your outputs, all those things. would be
Accuracy.
required. Yeah.
So people and technology together, they have to go.
Yes.
This is my belief. The way
That's
I
right.
would look at it.
Okay. Just tell us some interesting anecdote about your professional and professional life, in fact, some interesting thing. I understand that you have a great association with one of the superstar of South, the superstar of South. So you can tell some anecdote. Your guru, I believe your professional guru is Bharti Mittal and your and Ashokan, I think, and your personal guru is or spiritual guru is who is in fact you can tell the name Rajnikant.
See,
and
Manasiga Guru. Manasiga Guru, I mean, the person you feel, from your heart that he has given you something and he has taught you something. That I always say from the professional life, Sunilji. And as far as the Anmiga life, that is
Spiritual.
on the spiritual part, the person who has brought me into spirituality is my Sambandhi, now current Sambandhi, but he was also a logistics provider,
Oh,
Mr.
really?
V.S. Hari from Bangalore.
okay,
He is a close friend of Rajini sir.
okay.
And that's how we got connected to.
Rajni sir, matlab we are talking about
The superstar.
superstar, the Rajnikant.
Yes.
Yeah, please tell us, sir, about this association. It will to be really exciting for the whole logistics fraternity about Rajni sir. How closely you have worked with them, or how closely you are associated with them. With him.
I had the opportunity to travel with him on all his pilgrimage tours whenever he comes to the north, to the Himalayas, to the Babaji cave. In 2013, this was started, Mr. Hari. I was looking for some help, and my brother Venkat connected to him. He put me on to Mr. A.S. Hari. He can give you some charter flights and other requirements. So that's how I started connected with him. Then one day, all of a sudden, he said, would you like to come to Babaji cave? I said, sir, sure. So that's how I landed in Babaji Cave in Dwarahat. This is Mahatar Babaji Cave, where I go now every month. And in fact, we built a house also there in the Dwarahat now. Every month we go there. And from then on, I used to go. And last 2 years, Rajani sir is also taking me also in his Himalayan tour. Whenever he comes, Mr. Hari and his co-brother, Mr. Rajan, and me, we go together to Badri, Kedarnath, Rishikesh, then Babaji Cave.
So every year Rajni sir goes these
Yes.
pilgrim places?
Yes.
Badrinath,
He's-
Kedarnath?
He's really a blessed man. He's very, very humble person. You'll very sweet person.
As a superstar, he is a different persona. But we see him outside, he seems to be very simple. He is just not bothered about his look and everything. He's a very simple person.
He never.
Just tell us something more about it.
No, very simple man. Very. All I can say. What else I can say? He is close to my driver also. Even he moves out freely. He sits with us any chai wala dukan anywhere. He will sit. He will have. He doesn't bother about where is he. He doesn't look at the 5-star, 3-star or what. He go to any shop, sit with us, enjoy. And when he meditates, he's a separate.
பேசுறதும் அப்படிதான் பேசுவாரா ஃபிலிம்ல பேசுற மாதிரி பேசுவாரா
இல்ல. It's very easy. He will be very polite and very, very soft spoken.
Okay.
And very jovial.
So how has this spirituality affected you?
This has given me, you understand how pressure is, this logistics job. You can know that the kind of pressure we go through, from morning to evening.
Yes.
You need some went out.
Yes, went out.
This by meditation, by Kriya Yoga.
But belief system, for a lighter moment, logisticians have a different kind of a stress busting. After maybe Ramesh sir can talk about more. And your perspective is really, enlightening. Yeah.
Sir, that will aggravate your problem. You should reduce the evening sittings and you should start doing the morning meditations. That will increase your...
So VD sir's, message for all logisticians, practice yoga and meditation. And instead of, evening cheers.
I'm sure you have interacted with even Bharti Mittal ji a lot. So I'm sure you will have some good anecdote to talk about him also. He has been a great leader.
Yes. In fact,
awesome
I
personality.
got inducted, in 92. Bharti was a very small company at that point of time. And when I was interviewed by none other than Sunil ji for the selection of job in 92.
As a management trainee?
No. It was I joined as management trainee in 1983.
Okay.
92, I joined as a manager export import in Bharti Telecom.
Okay.
From there on, I moved on. I was moved. In fact, in Subros, I had bosses who used to tell me. In fact, after about 10 years, I worked in Suri groups. Subros, I was there. They suggested, Moorthy, don't spend more time in an organization. You should move out after 3 years so that you can gather more weight and position also.
Oh. The promoter himself used to say that?
Not the promoter.
Okay.
The boss.
Your boss. Okay.
Immediate boss. In fact, so with that mindset, I joined Bharti.
Okay.
I will move. But in Bharti, what happened is, I get challenges every year and I was getting promotions also every year. So you can see, Bharti grown as it's a fairy tale story.
Yeah.
When I joined, it was 15 crores company. I still remember Sunil ji asking me this question. Moorthy, you are coming from a 80 crores company to 15 crores. Sir, I was deputy manager there. I'm coming as a manager here. I'm sure this company will grow.
So when you joined, the Bharti Airtel was a 15 crore company.
Bharti Telecom was 15.
Bharti Telecom. Okay.
And when I was leaving in 2007, it was more than 50,000 crore company.
Boy.
Wow, what a journey.
What is that? It's a fairy tale story, really. And when I put in my paper in 2007, my immediate boss Ashokan said, why do you want to leave? You have, everybody in the system. Where do you want to go? I'll send you to Africa and to Sri Lanka you want to send, or you want to go to UK, anywhere, we will shift you, enjoy. I said, sir, no, I want challenges. He kept it. So after 1 month, I went and said, when are you going to relieve me? He said, Moorthy, are you still serious? I thought you have forgotten it, yeah. No, sir, I am very serious. I want to take challenges. I want to move out. Then he immediately dialed my wife. Sandhya, what is happening? Why Moorthy want to leave? She said, sir, he want to have his life and he want to have his own challenges. And we are supporting him. He said, give it to your daughter. He spoke to my daughter also immediately. He said, your papa was a corporate vice president. Now going to be a transporter. How do you like it? Uncle, it's no problem. It's his decision and we support his views. This was the incident. After clearing from Ashokan sir, I called up Linda, Mr. Sunil Mittal's secretary. I requested for an appointment with Sunil sir. She said, Moorthy, on your level, you need to see Mr. Manoj Kohli only. He is the only final authority for you. I said, Linda, I am not joining anywhere. I am starting my own company and I want to take blessings. She said, let me check, Moorthy. I'll come back to you. Within 5 minutes, I get a call back from Linda. Moorthy, Mr. Mittal is asking whether you have time tomorrow. This is really, it makes my, even today, my goosebumps coming out. That's a kind of appreciation and, support it given.
And that day, of a leader.
And that day, the next day I visited. He was welcoming me. Aiye, entrepreneur sahab, aiye. I said, sir, Pappu, I am always your Pappu. I'll be, no, yeah. You have taken a wonderful decision. I don't know whether we have taken care of you properly or not. I said, sir, don't mere ko rulao mat. You have taken care of me enough. And you've given me enough strength to start this venture because they given us ESOP. That is the money, seed money I can put in for my venture.
Okay.
So what are you going to do? I said, sir, I'm going to start warehousing and logistics to start with. Okay. Sir, I need your support. The immediate response was, Moorthy, just because you were sitting on this side of the chair, don't expect the business will come to you immediately. You must create your enterprise, then ask for the business. I said, sir, okay, sir. But you are welcome to see me at any point of time. I'll give you appointment to you. But this business will come to you once you establish yourself.
Right.
And after 10 years of my business journey, I had sent a mail to him and it was immediately responded. He said, Moorthy, I'm very happy to see that you're growing and I'm connecting you to the people to connect with you to take it further. That's how he supported us.
So Ramesh sir, such an inspiring 15 crore company to a 50,000 crore company.
अभी तो और भी ज़्यादा है सर. अभी तो सोचिए.
At your decision, when you took the decision, and vice president.
It's $100 billion company now.
Yeah. Vice president of supply chain, offer of multiple multinational locations, and then you rejected the offer, and I found one power into it, power of a family support.
Yes.
And the grit and the determination for taking the challenge. That is what logistics gives.
Yes.
Logistics keep you, all the time your adrenaline activated. Right. And probably this addiction keep pulling the people towards the logistics.
Correct.
Great.
So
Ramesh sir, when are you going to take the decision for entrepreneurship?
I hope so, very soon.
He advises many entrepreneurs. So he is more than an entrepreneur.
Correct. So he is a guru of entrepreneurship.
After 17 years of an entrepreneur's journey, how do you feel? Is it you are very content, or what is the next step you are planning to take? Any diversification?
I must candidly accept that, in 15 years, I've seen the kind of growth Bharti has done. But I am not even 1% of that growth I have achieved. Let me candidly accept that. But one major satisfaction is today, we give employment to more than 2,000 people across.
Oh, very beautiful, very nice.
So that's one major satisfaction is there.
Any major expansion plan that you have in?
Yeah, we are planning to move out, what we want to replicate across wherever, the TCS project which we are handling now, it's indigenously manufactured RAN equipments.
Okay.
Which they obviously, after the BSNL successful launch, they will be taking across the globe. And
Okay.
wherever possible, we wanted to be aligned ourselves there.
Okay. The plan is to foray into global
Yes.
area now.
Yes.
Sir,
that's
give us a
great.
little idea. The our understanding as a layman for a mobile and towers connectivity and this, how the behind logistics is working, and your company Sigma Supply Chain Solutions are largely, I believe, focused on a project logistics or maybe the telecom projects end-to-end, handling. Give us a little idea how the पर्दे के पीछे का logistics क्या है?
Amit, let me go for a circle. So Delhi as a circle, if you take.
Right.
You see, like in any manufacturing facility, you need a warehouse where the material stores is kept. In circle, that's the reason they outsource to they keep a warehouse. They keep to 3PL. So where their inventory for the network deployment, for the site creation, is all stored there. From there, it has to be taken to the various sites, whatever the sites they planned. Wherever the microwave, BTS, and deployment, all those things has to happen. So this is the major role of a logistics. One is warehouse inventory management, then from there to site deployment. Then we are into on the sales side, the OPEX warehouse management also we are doing that. So where you need the starter kits, SIM card pairing, all those pairing has to be done so that, the customer gets a SIM card, which once they put in their mobile, gets connected to the network. So those supplies also, those services also. This is on the one part of it. The other is that when you go to the network deployment, see then when they planned the site deployment, they give you that requisition that, see that the material reaches there and somebody receives there, deploy there, see that it is commissioned and transmission is started so that the complete cycle is completed.
Give us some one or two example, if you can, just recall from your professional experience of, criticality of this logistics. अभी टावर डाउन पड़ा है और रात को 12 बजे इंजीनियर अवेलेबल नहीं है, समथिंग some incident where your logistics challenge really you solve the problem.
Keep on happening, Amit. You see, not only that, all of a sudden there will be a sales surge also. Then you require the sales starter kits. They will be planning about 5,000 kits a day. All of a sudden the sale is increased during the festivals or the New Year's and all that. It will be going to 15,000, 20,000. Then you need the manpower, Ramesh.
Right.
Here the technology cannot do the kitting work.
Yeah.
The people requirement is there.
Well, I have something to say on that.
You need to arrange those resources so that the material available there and it is delivered to the dealers so that the connections can be done. That is one thing. And other same thing, like you mentioned, site outages, it has to be done in a least time. 2 hours. I mean, because there
No
are
option to failure.
no option to failure.
Yeah.
But tell me, Vidyam, you said you are one of the very few players who do end-to-end supply chain for telecom, but there are other players who are only 3PL or distribution. So I understand that again technology is going to go for a major change, and satellite technology is going to come very soon. I think already it's in the pipeline, I guess. So it will have tremendous impact on logistic industry also, I guess. Maybe you may still sustain because you're doing end-to-end, so you will still have something to do, but others will be badly affected. Don't you think so?
No, Ramesh. I mean, the site continues to grow. If you
But
see
you
that,
don't need, once you're satellite, you don't need sites.
when they said that 5G, more sites required. If you must be
That
reading
technology,
that.
4G, 5G is okay, but when your satellite comes, you don't need towers, you don't need...
Nah, not like that. You cannot be sourcing, that will be more costlier then.
Oh.
Getting the
I was
wavelength
told it's
from,
going to be cheaper.
getting the wavelength, no, it will not be so cheaper. It will not be so cheaper.
I don't know. I heard somewhere that between BSNL, Tata and Starlink, they are creating a venture where they are going to come out in satellite and the cost is going to come down drastically. I don't know whether it's true. This is what I heard.
They will be majorly using for DTH and other operations, not on the communication part of it, majorly.
Oh, is it?
So,
So with Ramesh sir's question, another question is coming in my mind. Let's say today we see, as a consumer I'm talking about, not as a logistic professional here, right? We talk on a normal airtime. the phone when you use, and when you use the WhatsApp call, the clarity is more in WhatsApp call, and the more and more people are shifting towards the WhatsApp. Is it affecting the any supply chain or value chain of the airtime service provider companies?
This is certainly impacting their revenue. This has been, this OTT service provider. I mean, we are getting into a delicate matter rather.
Correct.
Because there they don't pay any license fee.
Yeah.
Whereas the operators, they for their time they pay the revenue share to the government. So they're they are, there is a tussle going on already. I mean, that's
a regulatory part of it.
Regulatory part.
Very difficult for us to touch.
Yes.
But as a layman, I find more clarity in WhatsApp call than the.
More, not only.
How is going to affect the logistics? That was the probably question of Ramesh sir.
No, logistics will continue, because you need towers also. No, end of the day, the connectivity has to be there.
Yeah, you do WhatsApp or you do normal call. Logistics will remain there.
Logistics will remain there.
Great. So, I mean, probably another question just to add the supplementary part of it. You are doing largely a niche area as a logistics service provider, and partly you do e-commerce as well. Have you not tried to get it or thought about get into a more challenging task of into a road transportation or maybe express deliveries or having hub and spoke model of Sigma?
This is a little high capital investment area, Amit, number one. Plus, we have the forte here and where, the growth is keep on happening, and another 3 years, telecom is going to be buzzing with more requirements. So, I don't think it's a time to get on to that. It's a more capital intensive area.
Especially parcel and express have become very capital. You need to create a network, so it is much different this thing.
So, I'd like to remain more of a,
Telecom.
a specialist and, having the
And, we are in the
niche area.
You are
to
doing
cover.
e-com also, which is also
E-com,
growing at a good pace. So,
Yes,
you're
yes.
quite busy with these things. But I'm sure you must be planning something else also.
I mentioned about the overseas venture which we are
okay.
intending to do. And otherwise, at the moment, we wanted to increase on the wherever forte, e-com forte, wherever we are there, we can add, because new players also keep on coming. Nykaa, Meesho, all these people keep on adding you can become part of them. Now we are working with Flipkart and Amazon. You can add more e-com players.
Got it. So, another personal question I would like to ask, sir. You worked one of the eminent personality and the business leader, Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal, and you are very closely associated, as Ramesh sir has told, with superstar Rajni sir. So give us what is your learning, one learning you had from Sunil sir, and what are the best learning you are having with, of course you must be having multiple learning, and the one learning if you can share with us about the Rajni sir.
Both are people-centric people.
Both are people-centric.
And, very humble. In fact, Sunilji always asks, have you created more leaders?
Yeah.
And Rajni sir is always, how humble he can be. And, he doesn't bother where he is or whatever he is doing. He will answer your messages. He will respond to your queries. That kind of a person he is. People-centric.
So logistics is everywhere, eh? So logistics professional has reached to Rajni sir. That's itself a great thing.
Of course, not because of logistics, probably it's other association he got. But anyway, nevertheless.
We would like to connect with the Logistics Shakti, the power of logistics.
Yes.
I think you should take this opportunity to invite everybody for the logistic meet.
Yes.
And him also. And also nominate them, you can probably in this podcast, lots of logistic people will be hearing it. So, Amit, you should tell people to...
Of course. So, first and foremost thing, I'm really thankful, VD sir, for your time.
He is VDM, don't say VD.
Achha.
We call him VDM.
Okay. Fine. So, VDM sir.
Yes.
This is fine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, VDM is not business development management.
Visionary Development Management.
Visionary Development Management. Perfect. So thank you for your time, and you have really enlightened in a single podcast. We may not cover the entire complexities of the telecom logistics. It is such a vast field, but certainly for a Logistics Shakti listeners and the viewers, it is going to be really enlightening that this kind of area is also exist. And the most important thing we discussed, which is touched my heart, particularly sales to supply chain and supply chain to entrepreneurship. And of course, thank you, Ramesh sir, for your time,
my pleasure
for helping me, to enrich this entire experience of Logistics Shakti podcast. And last but not the least, the most important thing I would like to, our program, one of the award is happening on 9th of August in Hyatt Regency Hotel, right? There's a whole day event, and the nominations are going on for all deserving people as a individual contribution for our logistics, and their own organizations and the organization they are working for, or maybe any referral organization we feel like they are deserving for the good work they have done, they should be appreciated. So we would like to seek the an opportunity for their nominations, and we humbly would like to invite you register yourself as a delegates. So this is our humble request to all of you.
Amit, I think the
Ramesh
award
sir.
is already there, listed out. What are the awards? If you go to the website,
Yeah.
it lists out what are the awards that are likely to be given, and the panel of juries are going to be very eminent and very august people, supply chain people. So I'm sure they will really choose the meritorious people. So you all must, everybody should apply for the nomination in their field.
So absolutely, thank you very much. And lastly, Logistics Shakti is all about collaboration. It is all about celebration, and it is all about transformation. So let's join hand on 9th of August, celebrate.
Right from
and
morning,
collaborate.
various panels are going to be there. Then award ceremony in the evening, followed by cocktail and dinner.
Thanks, Amit. Thanks, Ramesh,
Thank you,
for
sir.
giving me this opportunity to be part of Logistics Shakti. And thanks for all my customers to give us this situation to be here.
Absolutely, most important. We all are here because of our customers.
Correct. It's a very excellent podcast today we had, and very inspiring. And in fact, I'm sure the people watching this will get benefited. One message which I wanted to communicate to the entrepreneurs, to desiring entrepreneurs, whomsoever wanted to should, because I jumped out for entrepreneurship at the age of 46, but I would prefer the people to jump out at the middle of 30s. There are people who are doing it immediately after college. They are gifted people. But the people who wanted to got into the corporate, but if you desire to start entrepreneurship, to do it in the middle of 30s, that will make you more successful.
So are you
Subject to you are really looking for a challenge.
So are you suggesting that I'm too old to start entrepreneurship?